All right, let's get into it. We are back. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope it's Monday. Haha. But yes, we are back with another painting session. Let's see here. Good. Now, I don't have it going back in my own headset. Drives me crazy. Can't think. But we're back. We're having a good Monday. We're going to be back on our Wolverine painting. This little dangly red paint and it dropped. Too much oil in there. But that's the plan for the day. We're back on our other microphone, as you can see, but also probably hear. We have it set up where we're filming right through here. It's a little bit of an angle, but we're gonna try to make it work. It just sounds significantly better. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We're working on it. We're brainstorming. We're working with a lot of lavalier mics and a lot of different stuff. Nothing's as good as this bad boy right here, so I'm not sure why or what that is. Not sure if I have this setting different. I don't think so. But we're gonna keep tweaking things because I did like having the freedom of nothing here and not having to talk like right here, just having it. So that's a little Monday rant. Nothing important there other than just an update on, my life, my tech world. But for today, we're going to be painting Wolverine. We're going to be focusing on, I was going to focus on the claws, but I kind of lied, and we're going to be focusing on the outfit and this portion of the painting and working around. So it's kind of continuing, like I've talked about, where it's all somewhat developed at the same stages. If I come here and finish these and then have to move them, it'll be unfortunate. Right now, because we like where this is at. Oh, I don't have it up. Damn, I'm sorry. Right now, because I like where this is at, we're going to work here and kind of rotate around. So again, we'll finish this up. This still needs highlights, needs to be freshened up, and a lot more color. Well, not a lot more color, but some transition colors, right? All through here, which just kind of add pops and shapes, pops of color and shapes. But we're going to work all throughout here today. And it's kind of what our goal is for the day, is to see how we can bring that along here. Our other goal for the day is going to see, if we can keep the microphone out of the shot, I think we can, and it looks good. So, let's see. All right, this Cad Red, I thought it was a medium, but maybe it is a light. I feel like the Cad Red lights are a lot more oily. They tend to run a little bit. Oh. Sorry, hold on. I have my cord wrapped in my camera. I hope it hasn't been shaking every time I've been turning. Might be, but I think I can see. Oh, what's up, baby? Fiance? Ah. What is this sick? Thanks, babe. I'm a painter. I like to play one on TV. Did you get it? You see? Man. And now you get to see what I'm up to. My studio is so hidden and secretive. It's like my bat lair. Alright, let's see. What are we doing? I don't want to use liquid yet. We're not going to use liquid because it's already drying very fast. Which I thought oil paint wasn't supposed to do that. But teeth are insane. Thanks, babe. They still have a long way to go. This part's probably like 90%, obviously less, and obviously even less. Does that show up? Just barely. All right, let's see. So I have shapes all through here. I have a triangle here that I see that I'm going to start with, and it comes down. This comes across, and I'm going to darken that right there. I'm not. It already really sunk in too. I'm not gonna oil it out though. So it's like very dry right now. You can't really see too much, but normally this is all like much darker of a color. You can't say. Oil paint just like sets in. You have to oil it out, like actually go over it with a linseed oil or some other oil to bring it out. But I'm not gonna do that yet because it's. I don't have to. I know what my darkest dark is. I know my darkest dark's right here. So I'm kind of going with like mental notes of what my darkest dark is, which is just going to be a perfect black. You can always change that again. You can always tweak it like we talked about, add colors and move stuff around, right? But it's going to look a little different because the fresh paint is going to just be so much darker. That's a big part of using oil paint that I actually really don't like. And I think a lot of other people, that's way too warm. I'm not sure if it's like something I should be doing. I don't think so. I didn't use liquid on this. Maybe I did. I'll have to watch back. I didn't think I did. But it feels like I did. Liquid usually keeps its color pretty well too. It usually keeps it a little nicer I should say, as far as it doesn't like sink in. It stays almost looking like it's wet, right? That's what a varnish does. Kind of just drawing right now. I have a lot of this down, right? But I'm checking it all as I go. I'm checking all the heights, the angles. This is the time to check it. You don't want to check it after you're done with the piece and realize it's wrong. I guess I'm using an example of really changing my tones because these are all the wrong warmths. That's okay. Don't do that though. There's this little shape. Kind of see a lot of these shapes, right? I mean, it's flexing. Swell. Kind of here. Sorry, summer love. No. Yeah, this kind of comes down here and then pops back up. Right, there we go. Good tunes. Probably going an hour today. Again, I've been liking the shortest streams because they get they're more watchable, right? Instead of a 4-hour session, people can I'll watch a 30-40 minute YouTube in no time. So I'm also a YouTube addict, but there's others out there. I think we're still good here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're filming right through this little window right here. See? Gotta get creative. Gotta get creative sometimes. Hey. Fam's in town. Well, I guess in stream, not in town. In town would be fun. Nobody comes visit us anymore. They used to. Everybody used to use this for our New York location. Now they've moved on. That's much too high. That's like here. Too hot. That's I was literally about to say all those. Yeah. Way too hot. I know, and it's a journey off that cape. This has to come down too. See, that's why we're doing it in the order we're doing it. That's why we don't come right into this. Cause if I'm here, the title, and I was going to do the claws, like I said. If I come here and do these claws, right, and I develop them all the way down to here, get them all nice and perfect developed, and the next thing you know, I come here, and this hand has to be here. It's way worse because I know this is staying. So you keep going with the part that you know, and then that helps you work right around consistently. And you can trust that at least it's close. Now, if this is off, I mean, that's, you know, that happens and the whole piece is off. But hopefully you check this enough and it's close, right? And then it's all just cross. It's all, where does it meet up, right? Right below, right above his chin. Kind of directly above this red. There you go. Just come right across. That goes right there. This doesn't really come above here, though. Yeah. Close. I know, I don't like that angle either because I can't see. It's just as dark for me, but I sometimes have to get that angle on. It's like I can't. You have to pull up, right? I like having that there. Or yeah, let's do it. I feel like I owe you a few portraits there of little Luxter. Ha. Mum's the word. What happens in stream stays in stream, okay? I mean, technically that's not true at all because I post almost all of this to Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or YouTube Shorts. So I guess it kind of is everywhere, but the talking isn't everywhere. So it's a weird Monday. I don't know what's wrong. Well, that is not as curved as I had it. See, I think it is all gonna come up just a little bit here. Another cost for show. Let me I must have some photos. You send me a lot of photos, even from just talking about it. Size-wise, probably not too big. Did you get your prints, by the way? Where'd we go? I feel like you should have hopefully gotten them. If you didn't, okay, cool. I was gonna say, if you didn't, they're gone. Bueno. Try to find a couple more picks. Yeah, for sure. Do you want to do the whole crew, the gang? Lucky and the gang? No. Want to include Ice Pick? Frankie Biscuits? Got one of them on eBay. Wait, what? One of my paintings or another picture? Invested, right? I love it. Tell me if it sells. That's the best case scenario, right? Well, as long as it sells, I suppose. I respect the ingenuity. I respect the ingenuity. What up, Switch? How you doing, brother? Happy Monday, man. So we have a nice sister engaged. You know it is, dude. I was thinking about changing the stream title, but I figured that was, you know, a little too specific. Michael James engaged fine art, you know, freelance art. Just didn't figure at some point it would lose a little spice. The title. How you doing, man? I have to change this temperature. And that is not like an actual temperature. I mean, I have to make it far more. When I say warmer, it's like a red pretty much. It's like you would think of a warm color, right? For the most part, it's pretty simple. It gets a little confusing. I want that blue. No solve. I'm using no solvents, no mediums, pretty much nothing but just paint at this point. Probably shouldn't be, but should still be. I should still be working pretty thin, but I'm kind of not. So sometimes that backfires, to be honest. Sitting paints out just allows for mistakes, right? You can easily wash it out. And I have to freshen up my paint. Big time. I didn't think they were blues like covers. Yeah. Been cleaning house stuff all day. Can't start school. Oh man, we got like 2 weeks of rain starting tomorrow. Yeah, unclogging drain stuff. Oh boy, fun stuff right there, dude. School starting. Nope. Yeah, that has to be so much preparation. It's always a funny song. It makes me think of a game show. Yeah, we're prepping for the storm here too. I was gonna do a bunch tonight, but I figured get a stream in, prep tomorrow. I have time. Don't let that basement flood. I know it's like, it's not really, I was gonna say it's like a game, but it's really not a game. Very scary game. Dark yellow is always a real tricky pitch. Wow. Especially because you want it to keep its... Whoa, it's way too bright. Okay. You want it to keep its yellow feel, and the minute you start adding black to it, it just kind of like, it just gets like muddy like that. So you have to kind of do it annoyingly slow. Just mixing, you should, it's one of those things that a big, not a mistake, that's not a fair word. Something that I really underestimated for a long time is how long you should mix your paints. And it's not like how, I shouldn't say that, not how long you should mix your paints, but you should mix your paints so you have the exact color you want. Sometimes it's one of those things that you kind of want to like just keep working, and you're like, it's great, it's close, I'll fix it up there. And it's far more difficult to do that than spend, I mean, could be a while, but even if it's a 5 minutes mixing another paint, a color, pre-mixing a color, you can pre-mix a lot of colors that you'll use. I did that for a long time, and there's artists that do that every time they paint. So there's not really a right or wrong regarding like color mixing, but the best thing I can say, and color's so subjective, right? 'Cause everybody sees differently. But the best thing I can say is make sure you have that right, the color you really think is correct, right? Before you make that mark. Just makes the painting process much easier. Mixing colors is difficult. Seeing colors is difficult. Everything about color is difficult, to be honest. And this is gonna be where I was talking earlier that I kind of shot myself in the foot by making all of this cool, because it should be much warmer. It's okay though. What I'm going to do is kind of, all that stuff to be cut down a lot too. So like I said, when I was doing these edges here, one of the big things, again, not always, but I tend to do is I work a little bit bigger so that you can cut in, right? To get your shape, it's easier to cut into it. And you don't always do that. You don't always do it correct. You don't always have the luxury to do that. But when you can, it makes it just a little bit easier. That's a lot of different shapes here. That's okay, hold on. I shouldn't say easier because, to be honest, nothing is easy about any of this. So. There, sadly, is not a secret that makes it easier. I guess the secret's practice, but nobody likes hearing that.
ISO Wendy's, where y'all from?
What? What was that?
ISO Wendy's.
Okay. We got some new songs here. Looking for midtones, right? I'm looking for a dark tone, the next tone in between. So if you kind of take that color and I'm working on a video on the iPad, on my iPad, of doing it. Similar, same concept of shading on an iPad, but ultimately you're just kind of lowering the opacity and cutting the opacity in half and then layering those colors. And that's like the color, the next color you want to use. And ultimately, if you do that and work your way through a transition, you have, well, work your way through two different colors, you have a transition. You can't really lower the opacity with painting, so it's like a mental thing, right? That's kind of why I said I'm working on a video on my iPad for digital art. But it's like a mental part. Like if you were to lower this 50%, I changed the color. But if you were to lower it 50%, go in, lower it 50%, go in, lower 50%, same thing. Like right there, right? And that's kind of what gives you a gradient. That's your, and it doesn't have to be crazy blended, like perfectly blended. Our eye and brain puts a lot of that together. And just tells us it makes sense. So here I'm lightening this just a little. I'm gonna come back, and it's not this simple. This is not just how painting or gradients work, but it's almost how I think of getting my values correct, right? And then you can add in certain colors, and how you add colors is you just use a darker or a lighter color. And then you can start to shift the main color you're working with. Or the main, color. That was right, that was right. What I meant to say, of course. This is all like a full rehearsed script, you know, I have it right in front of me. I just forget to look sometimes. That must come up higher, yeah.
Alright, let's go. Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make rain. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna
Still working? Love it.
got the Tropicana, fresh cut sushi on a platter. Ready, honey, it don't matter.
Let's do this. Right.
7 golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take you higher. Got no time
I can't. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried to listen to that song. Just the main problem with it, more than like anything else, is it just wasn't good. All right. So this is a little different than how we approach the face. Just in that we have so many shapes here. What we're doing is we're getting paint down, and then we're gonna really push and pull and move shapes around. So vascular. Kind of like what I look like after a nice full pump. Or what I probably would look like if I did that. I think that's how it works. Right? Oh, there was paint on my finger there. Who knew that? Did you know? Damn. Someone's playing pranks. Alright, I think it's time for a much tinier brush here. So I'm using just like the corner of the brush too. So obviously I didn't change brushes. But this is where and why I like flats, right? Because here, 1, 2. You can just get different sizes, right? The filbert, you can do that. But it doesn't put down a size. Sorry, hold on, I'll get it better. So you put down your mark, right? And it's not so much a skinnier size as like kind of a calligraphy mark, see? Whereas this on its edge, because it's a flat, it kind of stays the same width. That's one of the things that are just nicer about flats. That's where I talk about flats can do things filberts can't. Kind of a good example. As I was doing it, I was like, oh, you know what? This is exactly, I just said I want to switch brushes. And instead of switching brushes, I know that if I come in with this angle, I have a pretty close to that same, I mean, those last four, that one are pretty close to all the same shape, right? Dude, restream. What the fuck? No, this is not showing. Restream's been, I don't know if there's not like an update, but because I can't do an update. It's been bad though. Can we fix this restream, please? I don't like it. I mean, I agree it doesn't help that I'm running it from a different computer, but that's just the reality. My chat's working now. Alright, we're back for now. Nothing happened to the stream, which is so weird. That means it's just like on Restream's end, but it's still pushing the broadcast out. It's a pretty impressive feat for it to then stop working on just the relay stream of like my end. I'm rambling about stuff that doesn't concern anyone probably. But if you have information on how to fix it, take it. Sometimes I ramble and I just kind of realize that I've been talking like the whole time, you know what I mean? But my brain really wasn't there. And it's just like, oh boy, what have you just been going, huh? It happens. Let's see, we need this. We need this. We need this. So this is another little example of where I'm working similar, like I say, where I work larger and then cut in. Only it is a little backwards, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm kind of working larger, then I'm going to continue and I'm going to cut it back out, right? So for the veins and stuff, I'm keeping them smaller. So I'm making these shapes larger and then I'm going to cut those back out. Does that make sense? if and where it's needed, I should say, right? And it's just a little easier than trying to keep. That's why you work dark to light, right? I guess. And end of me trying to look for an explanation there. Go up, just barely. I go there, it's okay, cool, like that. So, 10 minutes left, and one of the things, probably artists, but one of the reasons this is always the slower part of the painting is it's just a lot of tiny changes, right? So what you're getting, again, you're just kind of moving shapes left and right until they're in the correct location, very, very subtly. It's a big part of why you want to sort of keep everything the same level of completion, at the same level of completion like I talk about. It just helps see everything as a whole piece, right? I have to judge this. I have to judge what I'm doing pretty differently than what I have down, only because, again, I've worked through what I have down. So it becomes just small marks, right? And what I'm doing right now is getting paint on the canvas. It's the biggest thing. If you don't have paint to work with, it's very difficult to make marks. It's hard to make changes if there's nothing on the canvas, right? And that's why a big part of what I talk about, and specifically have just been talking about, is moving paints around, right? Because you get your shapes down, you get your paints on the canvas, and then you have to move them around. But it's the balance of getting them close slash perfect. But being okay with them being off, so because you can move them, if that makes sense. So it's like anything. You can fix it, you can tweak it, but it's pretty close to begin with. It's like I'm not working on this neck over here, right? I mean, it's the same region, it's the same area. Close values, close shapes. And again, right now it's big block color shapes because that is what I'm trying to get on the canvas and then slowly move around. That should be better here. Right down below there. Come up a little there. That feels better. all just different colored shapes. Right? Painting is simply putting the right color shape in the right location. You're painting. It's just that easy, right? Wrong. I got the samba music here. Dark. We got the relaxing beats here. Well, I skipped some of those songs earlier, you know, it's nothing against them. There's just some bangers around the corner. That is way too. This is like. There. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Then this kind of comes here like this, actually. Yeah. Not even that curve, just straight out, actually. Yeah.
Your eyes tell me that you don't want
Alright, 5 more minutes here, maybe not even. This is the last you'll see of this until it's finished though, gang. Wednesday we're gonna be starting a new piece. Wow. We will be posting this obviously on all of our socials. Of course. This part's way too bright. That's like a good glow there, though. It's interesting. Isn't that Heaven song? Just like an instrumental version, right? It is, right? Oh, I'm happy you heard it. I've wondered for so long. Sorry, my hand's directly in front of the camera. That's how I paint. I don't know why I do that part. I just hold my arm up like a weirdo. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up here, gang. One thing I like to do, because I am gonna come back to this, right? So I'm working again. I'm working just paint. We're wrapping up. I'm just like kind of final thoughts here. But when you're working in this early stage, right? Blocking in colors, getting paint on the canvas. You want to take breaks. You always want to take breaks. But a big thing you want to do is brush everything down and soften out the edges a little, right? Unless it's finished. If it's finished, obviously you don't want to do anything. Well, you want to do whatever you want to do, but if you're coming back to it an hour, 2 hours, tomorrow, whatever, 5 years, doesn't matter. Take a very soft bristle brush, right? Very clean, soft bristle brush, and just knock it all down. And see, it didn't necessarily change the shapes of anything, right? It just softens all the edges so that when I come back in, I don't have to worry about a dried solid edge or raised paint that I don't want there. It's all smooth. Now when I come back in, I'll have a nice surface to work on. I can highlight some of this, put in a couple touches of dark. This is what I would do regardless of, again, 5-minute break, 20-minute break. You would do that. Ultimately, it knocks, if you put, like, picture the bristle putting paint down, there's going to be ridges, right, in between the bristles, and they're going to catch the light and or dry, so you're just softening them all out, and a soft brush isn't going to leave as big of ridges, right, so it's just kind of like a nice smooth surface. And that's why you stay till the end of the stream, because that's the most valuable tip we had all night. So we'll be back Wednesday. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. The piece is very much where we want it. Obviously, again, this part is 95% done. We're going to add some highlights here and then just knock it right out. Wednesday, we're going to be starting a new piece. And we have a lot of different things we want to get done. So we have a lot of subject matters and things to complete. So appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Ariel, Big Mike, and Switch, everybody else that was chilling, chatting, hanging. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the love. I really appreciate the support. Really helps the channel. Please smash that like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, hit that share button while you're there. Send this video to a friend. Really helps the channel as well. And until next time, most importantly, above all else, stay healthy and stay happy. Much love, gang.